Howdy everybody, welcome. How are you all doing tonight? Alrighty. We are in the barrel today. Not really, there's nothing really going on. So, what have you all been up to? Might have a little... Oh, you had a little to drink, did you, Mike? I'm gonna have to report to the police that a minor is drinking. Hello, Vanilla. Hello, Top Hat. Yeah, I know, right? You. I agree. Alcohol at this hour, in this time of day, at this... localized entirely in this chat room? Oh well, I guess I can't really help him. Mike is beyond all salvation. Hello, Stone Cold Killer. Hello, Elmo. Hello, Russian Burbach. You came from Onipixel. Okay, welcome. Well, I got to talk to Onipixel that one time. So I guess that's like something. Okay. So my plan for today is to hopefully finish pretty much every bit of polished black stone. So I've got like these little bits in here, the internal sort of like floors and hallways, the starts of the internal hallways. These spots that are going to house paintings later on down the road. These are little light fixtures, so I want to do those. I think I have finished all the stairs, all the polished blackstone stairs. With the exception of these giant monolith things. These are just sort of like artistic. They're just meant to be here. So apart from that, I think oh, and these archways. Those are like the last two stragglers. And then there's a bunch of blackstone stairs. Oh, and then there's this. So, like, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. The acid bath show. Oh, don't get to go, but I can't wait for the footage. Oh, okay. What happens tomorrow? Yeah, I guess acid bath is what he's referring to. So, yeah, we're chipping away at this. I was chatting with you earlier. Oh, that was you, Vanilla. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad to have had the chance to talk with you. No acid bath? Acid bath show. Did a lot of acid though. Not an acid like a chemical compound. Okay. Thought it was some new cartel show. Oh my god. Yeah, they just live stream dipping people into acid, I guess. God, I wouldn't put that past a cartel, to be honest. That's some pretty wicked shit, but like... Could you imagine, though? That's... Yeah, wow. Okay, glowstone's in place here. Ignore the little red bits here. That's meant to be regular blackstone. But the schematic got off kilter somehow. So basically going outside in the rain 10 years from now. Oh, man. Acid rain, am I right? That's all you're celebrating. Okay. So, what all has befallen Mike on this day? Come to think of it, you didn't really say anything on Discord today, so I just assumed everything was more or less okay. Does that mean it is not? Is there trouble in paradise? Have you learned to start dressing like an adult, Mike? What the fuck? Oh. Everybody ask Mike what it means to dress like an adult. He'll be happy to tell you. Tomorrow, Asabath plays in New Orleans for the first time in 28 years. Good God. That reminds me of when I went and saw Journey. Journey hadn't been to Mississippi in roughly 20 years as well. And I just remember hearing them say that. You know, I was in the audience and I was like, damn. I was a little kid the last time they were through here. Chicken Jockey. Yes. So, speaking of Chicken Jockey, 4chan is apparently coming back. Though exactly what that means is anybody's guess. I'm going to look at the site now and see. Yeah, it just says see you soon. So clearly, whatever it is, they got it more or less under control. Whether that means we will actually see them come back in the next 48 hours or so or not, who knows. But hey, at least whatever problems it is that 4chan has, they got solved, I guess. I don't know. I still say it won't be the same. And that kind of seems to be the going opinion. You can't ever go back to the way that it was. Fell in the void earlier, so I have to travel all the way back to continue repairing. No, don't say that. Shush, don't say anything. Be quiet, Vanilla. Do not say anything about anything. Nobody needs to know. You keep your damn mouth shut, you vanilla-flavored whore. No, but seriously, don't say things like that out loud, because people will people will add numbers together in their heads and go, ah. But no, seriously, like, it's a bad idea to state out in the open what you're achieving. I'm not going to say any more on that, just that. Shh. Mum's the word. My apologies. It's all right. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the long run because I have no stake in it. Like if it's all good, then it's all good. But if it gets ruined or if things happen, like I don't have any control over that, and I have no involvement. So, but I don't want to like hear about someone's efforts going up in smoke. You know, I would feel bad. So yeah, like keep it to yourself what you're doing. How and who and what and why, because if not, it can come back to bite you. Hello, GX51 question mark. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Iris. I just saw your message there. And hello, J Money. Am I missing anybody else's hellos? Do we even know who hacked 4chan? Yeah, it was from the Soyjack community. Specifically who, we'll probably never know. Like a name, we'll probably never have that. But the how has been more or less... I guess as openly stated as it can reasonably be. I would hope that it's like, that's the end of it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think there are too many uncertainties right at the moment to really be sure one way or the other. Because the servers aren't even hosted again. So like, until 4chan is back, your guess is as good as mine. I think we're in for a little bit of time of like testing and stress testing and exploit finding and things of that nature. I think 4chan is in for a nasty period coming up in its lifespan. Okay, I will deal with all that later. Mostly just want to get all all of this. I want to get these painting outlets installed as well. Because, like, I'm thinking of what sort of paintings I want to display. I like having just sort of this wall here. Let me turn all that off so that you can see it a little better. There's going to be, you know, a thing of glass here, and then there's just a painting up in that little nook. I think that's going to be interesting. Pop-Bob hacked 4chan. I hacked 4chan. I'm a complete noob to 2B2T. Can you not use Easy Place on the server? It won't see that. I have to use Printer, which is a thing developed by a guy named Ice Tank, specifically with 2B2T in mind. And how well it works is very uncertain. It's a little difficult to just like have a thing and then have it work flawlessly. Because like Easy Place, Printer, Baritone, like all of this shit that we are using to make it a little simpler to place blocks on the server, like they border on cheating, right? And so Housemaster does not like non-vanilla stuff, right? The conceit of 2B2T is that this is a vanilla server with the restrictions necessary in place to keep the server as vanilla as possible, but that like it is as no rules as it can reasonably be. Because you can't have no rules, no rules. Mojang would clamp down on such a server. But they try, you know? They're trying to get it as like no rules-esque as is possible. So there are caveats and restrictions, but that by and large, it's trying to be as concisely no rules as is possible. And it's a bit of a balancing act. You're not going to see every single thing under the sun be legal. Like you're never going to have fly. This is something that I'd always heard, and always everybody will ask this question. Well, if it's no rules, why then can I not just use, you know, a flying exploit or something like that? Why can't I just fly, right? And the answer is you got to have restrictions on the server so that it doesn't melt. And so sometimes those restrictions include you not being able to use Fast Place, Easy Place, Printer. Fast Break was recently, I don't know, like 6 months. Within the last 6 months, Fast Break was cucked. What else did they cuck? There's a lot of stuff they've intentionally gone out of their way to ruin. And you know, you just kind of have to take it as it comes. And that does unfortunately mean that you lose certain fancy building techniques or fancy building, I don't know what you would call it. Certain things become no longer viable. And that's just the nature of the beast. I think, in my opinion, having a meta of exploits that is continually evolving because newer and newer things are discovered, but older exploits are then patched. It's sort of like a turnover rate, you know? It gives you this feeling of like, I continuously must improve and change over time, or else the server will patch all the fun stuff that I'm used to taking advantage of. Like, it's not as simple as like, oh yeah, I want to just make use of this one thing and it'll just always be there. No, exploits have to come and go. It keeps things fresh. House Jong-un said no fun allowed and thus there shall be no fun. Yes, hacking is allowed, but intentionally. Unintentionally. Oh, no. You're allowed to use cheats because there's no regulating that. They would absolutely regulate against cheats if they could. It's just that cheats are not something they have an easy time dealing with. But I agree with what Mike said. House Jong-un has routinely, at multiple inconvenient times, said, no fun allowed. And we have just had to, you know, we've just had to step along to it. Shit. Misplaced a block. I love the idea of calling him House Jong-un. That's funny. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Got... Oh, I need one more. One Singleton Blackstone, please. Shit, how did that get down there? Okay, there we go. I'll have to come back and detail all of this a little bit better later on, but yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I see, makes sense. Okay. Well, as long as you understand. Oh. How are you and those kittens tonight, or kitties tonight? My cats are fine. Ellie is sleeping right down behind me here. Dallas is being Dallas. He's off somewhere. Not like... Nothing bad, just, you know. Probably don't want to make this hellhole any more known. Would hurt their PR. I don't know about that. Honestly. Enough people come by and they flock to the server and they're like, oh my god, 2B2T is so scary. Oh. And it draws intrigue and it makes people legitimately curious about the server. So, like, I get what you mean, but at the same time, I genuinely don't believe that to be true. I don't know that the powers that be care about 2B2T as long as it's, like, containment. You know what I mean? As long as we stay contained here, we'll see. We'll see. It's hard to say for sure. Mojang's internal policies are complete mystery. Nobody is able to say concretely what it is they want, how or why they choose to enforce their rules. They just kind of do. I don't know. Should rename it to Kabe Togama? Okay. Do I know C1Y3DI? Yeah, I know about him. How about cheating, duping on pay-to-win servers? I mean, I don't really give a shit about a pay-to-win server, because a pay-to-win server is not 2B2T. I'm more referring to Microsoft and their hands of oppression. Yeah, that is a scary prospect to entertain. They could easily come down hard on us in a way we don't expect. Who can say? But I will say that Microsoft clamping down on 2B2T is definitely one of the ways that I could foresee the server going belly up. I'm gaining a few hundred every day since, yeah. Did I get to make a video stream with Oni to boost my publicity? I mean, I appeared on his thing. He made a video on his YouTube channel. I didn't necessarily make a video about it, but I don't know. I just sort of, I'm here. I don't know. Don't really know what else I'm supposed to do, to be honest. I mean, what would a video about that even consist of that he hadn't already said or done, you know? Oh, this is supposed to be... Okay. Do you think I would ever visit when you do... and when you finish that thing you're doing? Maybe. Maybe. The problem is it's really far out there. And so I don't know that I want to go right away, but we'll see. Imagine. Oh, you have pizza operator. Okay. Imagine what? Now that would be funny if a Mojang employee had secretly been playing the server the whole time. I guess. It would definitely be like... It would be weird. But also like not unheard of. Because we know that Jeb and them know about 2B2T. Whether or not they'll do anything is another matter. I guess they'll do something only when they're forced. Well, down in a different area? Okay. Yeah, do it. If you do it in a different area, I would happily go see that. I would be absolutely thrilled if you did that. Person. I'm not going to name you. But you know. Uh-oh. House is Notch's twin. Oh my god, House is Herobrine. Or whatever the fuck the going urban legend is. Isn't that supposed to be Herobrine or whatever? House being a Notch alt when he got paid. When did Notch move from Sweden to LA? Probably when he made a lot of money by selling the game to Microsoft. That's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like, I have a ton of money now. Time to move to LA. Why? Because everybody else who has a ton of money decided to move there at one point. Oh, you won't have a dupe. Yeah, I guess not. Good point. Well, good luck. Oh, hey, Chase. You committed to a college today. Damn, dude. Feels like just yesterday you were watching me for the very first time. How does it feel to be growing up, Chase? Is it a surreal existential dread? Or is it just simply the next logical move? Oh, also, you guys are going to absolutely love the new video I have coming out tonight. It's going from members only to public. You guys are going to love the hell out of it, I promise. I think it's some of my best parody work. I don't want to spoil it. If you're a member of the channel, you've already seen it, probably. Some of you will have an idea. And I've already mentioned what it was, but I didn't want to, like, give it away. Growing up is okay? Well, yeah, growing up is just kind of part of life. But I mostly meant, does it, like, fill you with existential dread? Because that's always fun. When somebody's no longer a kid, and they're like, oh my god, there are expectations put upon me. Whoops. Did you like my video idea? What was your video idea again, Ani? I'm gonna need you to tell me again. Because I am not fully remembering immediately off the top of my head. Right now, growing up doesn't feel dreadful, but I'm sure in 20 years it will. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I need to go get slabs. Yeah, light. Oh, I hear my little baby right next to me snoring. She's bad about snoring. I wonder if in cats, snoring is like it is in humans, if that's like a sign of some sort of sleep disorder or whatever. Hunter's Unit said 1,500 dubs of building blocks, but 3,000 dubs in total. Wow. What was this? New music, I'm going to get a banjo and start learning how to pick your banjo. Oh man, you're going to live up to that Southern, Appalachian stereotype, aren't you? Just, you played the cello in school, Stone Cold Killer? Holy shit, that's cool. That's classy as fuck. I never played any instrument, and I kind of wish I had, but that's more of an adult desire. I wish I knew how to play an instrument. Oh! Thank you, Gabrielle. I appreciate you. Thank you for subbing. Let me find that real quick. No. God damn it. Where is it? I can't find it. Subgold. There we are. I need to put a color on this so that I can see it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now then. Yes, insane how people, factory workers, work the hardest amount of anyone, get paid the least. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of criminal when you stop to think about it. Although I will say my brother is a factory worker. He does get paid quite well. But then again, that's by a Japanese company, and they're known for taking care of their workers in a way that we Americans are not. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, Vanilla, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that for me. I appreciate that. Okay. It always makes me feel appreciated when someone does that. Hey, Pibsies, how are you? Are we updating today? No, but apparently soon. I don't know when that is. Thanks for responding to you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I don't, I just sort of like, whenever someone is willing to message me, I usually will respond back. Sometimes I'm AFK, so I don't always get to respond back. But just know that I do try to talk to people when they talk to me. Like I'm not some antisocial hermit or whatever. There are so many people in the ancient times who would just never give you the time of day. I remember at Imp Space, the legendary Imperator Terrare, him, Irish Boy 55, Legit Lobster, and Offtopia. They were like the main builders at that base. If you talked to them, because you would often see them online and they would never say anything in chat. You would never see hide nor hair of them. They would never go to spawn except through there, because apparently they had a spawn account that they shared. And they were just never around. You would never know who they were, and you would never have any clue what they were up to. And if you whispered to them, you would get nothing. And it kind of got to the point where it was obvious they were hiding something. That something was, of course, they just didn't want to be bothered. Their base was important to them, I guess. And I guess I get that, but I don't know. Like, there's something to be said for talking with people, you know? If you have anything, any approximate material counts for that, in the world, or rather, the best option I can say is to use Lightmatica. Make a schematic, but only make a partial schematic, like of a small place, a small amount of the thing you want to make, right? If the overall thing is too big, make only a small schematic, and then just analyze it bit by bit. There is a lot of schematic there. Don Dubious, you're very funny. You're very funny, Don. You're welcome. I will respond to your message one day. Until then, Don, thanks for being so dubious. Everybody needs a dubious character like you in their lives. Seen you on the Onipixel video, yeah. Yeah, Onipixel was a fun... That was a fun time. What the hell? Why did I take fall damage just now? Why can't I open this? What's going on? Oh, that's not there. Okay. Phew. That scares me every time I place something and just nothing happens. That's usually the result of lag or something like that. Can't really be helped, but like, God. Anytime it lags terribly, I get frightened. Am I really here? What's going on? There we go. Okay, let's get an inventory of stuff here. I'm trying to build in this this cubby, this nook. Shouldn't be too bad. What Lightmatica mod thing do you use to place the blocks easier? It's Ice Tank's printer. You'll just need to Google Ice Tank's printer. It should come up right away on a Google search. Sometimes I'm so shit at placing blocks that I just have to resort to the printer. It's just quicker and more efficient. Like this. I'm going to be sad that whenever they do finally patch this. This is the single most useful mod I think I have ever had. Ice Tank's printer. When it works, oh shit, does it work. And when it doesn't, you know, it's probably Housemaster's fault. Hey Jack, hope you've had breakfast today. Yeah, I guess. I didn't really eat breakfast today, but I did have a really good barbecue dinner, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Oh man, that means a lot. You're welcome, Don. Welcome, iCalls. Yes, welcome. Because I don't know if mine is bad or your ping is just high. I mean, the server has had some really annoying ping issues the last few days. Oh, fuck, who am I kidding? The last month or so. I don't know if that's solvable. It probably is, but who's to say? We didn't have this ping trouble where, like, connection to the server would occasionally... Because, like, Elmo was complaining about this, too. We were having 1 and 2K ping for just no damn reason. It just seems to be one of those things where whatever it is, whether it's an exploit or it's something else, it's a relatively new-ish phenomenon, and it has something to do with the server and the testing server and all that. I'm hoping it goes away when we update. So, I don't know. Tips hat to top hat, yeah. Man, this place will be something when it's done. I know, right? Oh, what takes you so long to update to 121 house? Yeah, good question. They must just be testing stuff. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. What's really weird is that the ping will cause my Flight Duration 1 rockets to behave more like a Flight Duration 2 rocket. And so my predictions in my mind as to when the rocket's effect will run out, and then I'll be able to sort of alter my trajectory or whatever it is I'm doing, it gets all screwy. It'll be like, oh, yeah, it'll just be, you know, half a second more. And then it just kind of doesn't do it. You know what I mean? It's very weird. Nothing that I can really be helped, but it's still strange. They're waiting till they can patch all the bundle dupes, I guess. I mean, we'll see. I would like to think there's only maybe 1 or 2 at most. And that patching them would be very, very easy. I mean, how many bundle dupes could there be, really? Realistically. Ah, son of a bitch. Order some raw honeycomb soon for you and your dad. Okay. What mod is it for world downloads? Because my stash was found, but it's still there on the test server. I want to get a copy of it. Well, the test server's offline, so that's not happening. As for the world download mod. It's called World Tools. Maintained by some people who play, you know, 2B2T. It's a good solid mod. I like it. World Tools definitely it gets the job done. How will he use the creaking be used in the game? I will have some hallways that will be crawling with creaking. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 at most. And so it'll be a juggling, I don't know, like you'll have to balance running around through the game and not getting whacked by a creaking. Something like that. There we go. We'll figure it out more when we actually get into the designing of the game itself. I'm sorry, I gotta readjust myself. My back is hurting. Posture. Anyway, and the game is pretty far away from being developed on. We're going to be doing mostly this base. Okay, you know, that printer done did a good job. Uh-oh. I hear growling. Oh, fuck. Yeah, good point. All the mobs and all the nasties in the world are up there now. I forgot. The underside of stairs can be used. If it's dark enough, it can be a mob spawning spot. Oh well. Just have to fix it in a minute. I want to have a good mob grinder in here and have all the items in the game eventually. So according to, and we went over this yesterday, but according to the 2B2T website, the Phantoms are still going to be in the update. The longer day-night cycle is apparently getting scrapped, from what I can see. I wouldn't be surprised if that longer day-night cycle just kept fucking up, and that's why they scrapped it. But that was also one of the big reasons why the update to 121 just kept taking month after month after month to get here. Because, like, we were promised 121 back in September. We were supposed to have already had it by now. And that just clearly didn't ever, you know, happen. And I'd be willing to bet that the day-night cycle changes they were trying to have put in, I bet that was one of the big deals, one of the big problems. And so they scrapped it. Of course, without any official word on the matter, it's impossible to know for sure. But it wouldn't shock me if that was the reason. Or potentially a reason. I don't know. I don't know for sure. It's just a guess. But yeah, it's definitely odd. So we're going to get the Phantoms. The reason I bring this up is we're definitely getting Phantoms on 2B2T going forward. Which is good. I've wanted Phantoms for a while. They're going to be implemented differently than vanilla, so don't worry about, you know, whatever mechanism it is, cool. I hope I can incorporate it into my mob farm, because, like, I want to have a giant mob farm with all the stuff, all the options, all the mobs. And it would be really killer if I could incorporate the Phantom as well. Because, you know, it's an undead mob. It's got a fairly unique item. I've never owned a Phantom Membrane on 2B2T. Nobody's brewed a slow-falling potion, I don't believe. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody before us has brewed slow-falling potions in the past. But, like, overall... That's definitely a new horizon to touch. People are wild. They'll always find a way to exploit it. Yeah. Gonna go listen to music? Okay. Excuse me. I hate end phantoms. I don't think it's that big of a deal. End phantoms make more sense to me. But you have to understand, the phantoms they're planning on putting in the end are not going to behave like vanilla phantoms. They're going to be more like piglins. If you fuck with them, they'll try to kill you. But if you leave them alone, it'll be fine. So I don't know. We'll see. It's probably not going to be that bad. Okay, finished. All right. Simple. Okay, it's beginning to look much better. Okay, I need to start putting the beacons in place for like lighting. Much better. Oh wow, it's just pitch black. Oh wow, every mob in the whole fucking universe is here. Oh wow. The skeleton shot me and it boosted me. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Anyway, wasn't Slowfall craftable with feathers? No, it was always only craftable with the phantom membrane. What did I choose for the mob votes in the past? Oh boy. So the very first mob vote, I voted for the phantom, thinking that it would be a really cool, whatever the hell. Whatever it ends up being, because remember, we didn't know anything about these when we voted on them. So it's not really fair to, like, judge people who voted for these, because Mojang is responsible for how they're implemented. Oh, god damn it. I knew he would blow up. So, like, at the end of the day, we were kind of just clueless as to what to expect. So when I saw the phantom, I was like, oh, you know, a giant flying air ray or manta ray in the air. That'll be really neat. I don't know what I expected. I just figured Mojang would make it interesting. Huh, interesting. Yeah, that they did do. They made it one of the most interesting and most polarizing mobs in the damn game. So unfortunately, it was just one of those problems where, like, you can't know what to expect until it's already too late. So all I did was basically vote for what I thought looked the coolest. Because remember, we only had looks to go off of at that time. And I just figured it would be okay. So that was the first mob vote. Then the next one after that was... If I recall, that mob vote was way more underwhelming. I don't even remember if I voted in that one or not. What was the mob vote after the 2017? That was 2018, right? What was in that mob vote? I want to say I voted in it, but I don't remember. Son of a bitch. Stop, stop. There we go. Oh, great. Okay, let's get right here. There we go. Fixed. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was in that 2018 mob vote. Okay. Nice and bright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't remember. Why don't you use Fulbright? Because I don't always like using Fulbright. I already read that. So you AFK 5 hours and come back to build a bunch of OG mobs, 1,000 pillagers and 1,000 phantoms. We'll see if that's how it works, Stone Cold Killer, but maybe. That was everyone did just because it was a flying mob. Yeah, it was an interesting mob. It looked cool. I don't know. Yeah, you had no idea, no way to know it would be a hell of an annoyance. Okay, mob vote, the biome chooser. What was the main? Oh, so that's how the fox got it. I don't think I did vote in this 2018 one because the meerkat, the ostrich, and the fox were the choices, and the fox won. So that got put into the game. Maybe I just didn't give a shit because 2B2T wasn't updating yet. I hadn't yet quit. On Swamp Badlands, okay. Yeah, the frog goat. So the goat won, and then the frog got repurposed and put into a later 2020 mob vote was the Glow Squid, Moo Bloom, and Isolager. I think I voted Moo Bloom in 2020. In 2021, I voted for the Copper Golem. I remember that because it was a big deal. It was a big fucking disaster. Same for the Glow Squid. And then for Trails and Tails, so there's a Sniffer, the Rascal, and the Tough Golem. I think I voted Tough Golem because I wanted a golem, another golem. And then there was the Sniffer, Armadillo, and the Sniffer one. And then the really, really polarizing one that finally killed the fucking mob vote. The Crab, the Penguin, and the Armadillo. I voted Crab. Damn shame it didn't win. Absolute travesty that it did not win. And well, they got so upset that they just nixed the entire thing. I guess I can't blame them, considering how much people can just be shitlords about things. I don't know. It's very unfortunate. Hey, thank you, Oliver, for subscribing. I appreciate that. All right, increment that up. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Some people are always going to be really, really rude and awful about things. No, I don't think I'm going to do black glass yet. We'll save black glass for later. And it just is what it is. You got to deal with it. Oh, that's empty. We're going to take that and put that box up. Damn shame. All because people wanted dog armor. I have to wonder about that. There are a lot of accusations levied against that there were people botting those votes, and that the dog shit did not legitimately win, and that the crab should have won. Because from what I could see, everyone was actually in favor of the crab. I mean, I'm sure there were people in favor of other things. There were a handful of people I remember talking about the penguin. But by and large, I remember the crab being the above and away winner. Kind of. Something always just felt odd about that mob vote. Like, something wasn't right. Can't quite put my finger on what or how, but just that entire final mob vote before they nixed the whole affair, it just felt something wasn't right. You know, something was just different. The previous mob votes felt like silly or dumb. There was not really, other than that first mob vote, there was not really like a clear thing that should win. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like anyone really cared as much. But the crab seemed like the thing, you know? An item that extends your reach. Yes, exactly. Everyone wanted that. I know I did. And well, what can you do? It seems like it was destined to lose, despite everybody voting for it, which is weird. The Glow Squid won because one famous Minecraft streamer convinced the entire community to vote for it. Yeah. And that's kind of what started the toxic, you know, vote for this thing, don't vote for that thing. If you're on team so-and-so, you're a bad person. I saw all sorts of shitty Reddit tier arguments about how you should or shouldn't vote for XYZ. And it got really, like, heated, you know? People let their feelings got mixed up into that way too easily. It was unfortunate. Some people also voted for it because they genuinely wanted it. Yeah, I agree. There are obviously the people who wanted the dog armor and all that shit. And fine, fair enough. I can't fault anyone for wanting what they want. But I can look at a thing and go, this stinks. Something's not right here. Something was amiss. But there was no investigation, or at least whatever investigation there was very hushed, very rushed, and obviously something was going on. I don't know. I still say there was some sort of fixing occurred on the back end of that entire mob vote. Oh, damn it. I don't have the stuff to fix this. I've got to fix this hole. I would love to know. I would love to be a fly on the wall in some of these places, you know? I would love to see what people talk about in secret. I would love to know who planned what. Minecraft live chat was just stop the mob vote spammed a million times. That was another thing. That also kind of didn't feel organic. Stop the mob vote. How could you? Like, I don't think it was worth that much to worry over. It felt like people were upset. I don't know. It seemed strange. The whole thing just seemed strange. I have to wonder if maybe someone in Mojang was told, you have to nix this. You have to stop this now. And so they did. By any means necessary. You were sad for the Copper Golem. So was I. Copper Golem was so good. I mean, I would have even taken the Rascal over the LA. I'll admit the LA wasn't bad, but the objective best choice was the Copper Golem. I still believe that. It doesn't matter or anything, but you know. Damn it. It's not printering. Probably because these are the incorrect orientation. Oh well, what can you do? Just stop adding new mobs. Yeah, I don't think we need new mobs for a good long while. I think we need to improve the existing stuff first. Give all the new stuff, or not the new stuff, but give all the older stuff that's like slightly newer a chance to really get buffed and changed. Like with dog breeds and the mushroom, or not the mushroom, the cat and what am I talking about? The cow and the pig, the chicken breeds. Like I'm a fan of stuff like that, you know? Make them feel new. You know what I mean? Oh, good night, Copperator. Have a good one. It's a social experiment all along? I don't know. Rename the game to Zoocraft at this point. Yeah, we do have a lot of zoo animals, don't we? Oh well. I'm fine with that, I guess. As long as they're interesting / useful, I'm alright with that. Like I said before, I have a friend at Mojang, and they said that all the mobs in the mob vote will eventually be added to the game. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, if that ends up happening, good. It should. But exactly the how, who, when, where, and why's, you know, there are some details to be ironed out. So we'll see. That'd be good, though. They really shouldn't waste those mobs. The concept for some of those mobs. Some of those were really good mobs. And the feeling of, like, seeing a mob vanish into the ether forever because they said that's what they wanted to do once. And it feels wrong, you know? It feels wrong to destroy this design forever and ever. The Frog Girl? No, that's not... That didn't count. Rana the Frog Girl was another person's intellectual property, I believe. Tell your friend I said hi to Shogi. Who the fuck? What are you talking about, Ani? And it's good because those conceptualized mobs aren't for waste. But the question is how, though. Yeah, how will they implement them? What will happen, etc. Jack, I feel like you're reading my brain. Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. Eventually it could mean 5 months or 5 years is what they told you. Okay, fair. It's not like you're a mind reader. It's not like you have the total, you know, insider information. They'd already kind of did it with the breezes. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Oh. Throw that there. Okay. Let's go over here. I'm going to need to cut up more polished blackstone walls. Damn, I kind of want this to be one half of the building. You know, actually what I want to do, instead of doing an exact duplicate over on this side like I have over here, part of me wants to just, like, change it up a bit. Because I've already done all of this over here, and I don't want to have to do it again, but I do kind of want to do it again because that's how I designed it. I don't know, I'm torn. I'm very torn. Part of me wants to make a new half from scratch that's totally different. I don't think I should do that, though. I think I should stick with the game plan. One of old and somewhat iconic Mojang staff. Oh, okay. I didn't know that that's who that was, but okay. Looks like Alpha was hard at work. Yeah, he has things on his plate, so he's not gonna do much more, I don't believe. I think I'm gonna have to finish this part for him. I lit everything up and I started chopping down as many trees as I could get. I still have more, of course, to chop, but yeah. I chopped down all the trees that were in here. I was quite proud of myself for getting rid of all this crap. Oh, what the hell? Why are these leaves not decaying? That's weird. Oh well. So yeah. Very nice. We can steamroll all of this stuff and fill it in. Build all sorts of tunnels and rooms and stuff first, and then fill in around that so that the whole build is solid all throughout. I love that. Can't get enough of that shit. Whitewood is 121.4, yeah. Yeah. Make the other half white? Oh no. The only block I could do that with would be quartz. Oh my god, I'd have to change everything to quartz. That would be a drag. I don't think I'd want to do that. Though I could, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to make it smooth quartz. And then I would have to turn it into regular quartz for, like, the corners. Let me find another thing of beacons. It depends. That would unironically be funny, though, if I did it one half in quartz. But see, we've already got stuff laid for the blackstone, so I don't dare actually change it. Alpha would be livid if I did that. He'd be like, Jack, I replaced all of that stuff for you. And yeah, he'd have every right to be upset, I imagine. I'll never forget how upset he was that he struggled and worked so hard to get me llamas at Space Valk 3 years and years and years ago when you could llama fly. And we got them there. And I put them in a pen, and I intended to use them. And then I just never did. Because, like, the llama was supposed to be a server-side mob, but that turned out to not be true or some shit. And so I was never able to, like, get this one type of elevator to work properly on 2B2T. And then it just didn't matter because we got found and griefed. And so when all of that shit was gone, Alpha was like, Jack, I got you llamas to Space Valk 3. How could you? And I mean, it's not like I wanted that to happen, but, like, it happened. I couldn't really help it. We got found and griefed, you know? It was a sad day for all of us, not just him. And, well, that's the way the ball bounces, you know? Okay, so I could go ahead and make those soul lanterns. I'll do that last. Oh. Or add horizontal transformation like stretch. What do you mean? Oh, hey, Slim. Or SLM. Is that the name, Slim? I don't know. I was very sad. It was your favorite base. Oh, well, I understand, Vanilla. Slim Kanka? I hope you said your name right. Oh, good night, Stone Cold Killer. Calcite dupe? Yeah, calcite needs to be duped. Colors remind you of the ground beasts from Darling in the Franxx. Oh. Never saw that anime. It blew up. I kept meaning to watch it, and then I was told it was shit. And I believed that it was shit, so I didn't watch it. But I should probably watch it to form my own opinion. Just to be sure. You know? /Discord. It's just linked in the description, man. You don't got to do any fancy command. There we go. Got some light on the subject. Perfect. Hey, Deval, welcome. When TBD updates, wouldn't it be update to 120.5? I don't believe it's going to 121.5. I believe it'll go to 21.4. 121.5, even though it's like brand new, I don't feel like it's ready for that. What's in 121.5 that's like, that we absolutely need, you know? We'll see. I don't believe we're going to 121.5. I'm pretty sure it was 121.4. But I guess I'll happily be wrong if that ends up not being the case. If we do jump to 121.5 whenever this update soon message stops being there and we actually update. Yeah, why did it take so long for the damn server to update? I don't know. My theory is that the day-night cycle changes they wanted to add were too fucky, and so they had to scrap the idea, and that must have been what took all that time. I can't know for sure, but that's my guess. Who knows for sure? It really doesn't matter. I mean, it'd be nice to know. You know, I'm sure we could all use a little information as to what the hell took so damn long, Housemaster. Horse Mustard, what did you do? Why'd you do a line of coke off the server? I think he secretly hates the fact that we say he does cocaine. Hard to say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if he disliked it. Perfect. Resource gathering and building is with schematic form repetition the most painful. I guess resource gathering is the most painful? I don't really see it that way. I see building by a schematic as somewhat zen. It's especially good if you have something like printer to help make it not so troublesome. It can be a bit tedious, I agree. But that it's ultimately not so bad. Oh, that's a stair. Shit. Okay. Does it mean you get to re-download all your mods from 121 to 120.4? You'll be able to join if you've got like Via Fabric or whatever. But if you're 121 locked, you won't see any of the 121.2 and later content. So the pale oak will not look like oak. It'll be birch. The eye blossom will be, I believe it's the torch flower. And when you gather these items, oh, by the way, you won't be able to break these items by hand. So you know how the all of this new stuff generates in the pale oak garden, right? So you're not going to be able to see it as the item it's supposed to be. And also it will, when it's broken, so let's say you lure a creeper over and have the creeper blow it all up, right? And then you gather up the items on the ground. It'll be named 121.2, because that was when the experimental version was live for all this stuff. It'll be named 121.2 Pale Oak, 121.2 Eye Blossom, and so on. So it's definitely wild. You should probably just update to 121.4. Everything, yes, that means you're gonna have to sift through all your mods and make them all, you know, do the mod shuffle. But at the very least, most everything is up to date. So while it's a pain to go and look for it all, you're more or less guaranteed to find pretty much everything you need. Now, I say guaranteed. Take that word with a grain of salt. I don't know what mods you use. I don't know how you've shaped or set up everything. I could be very wrong. You'll only know once you go and look for yourself. But yeah, it's entirely possible to get your stuff updated reasonably. I just bit the bullet when the test server went up a month and a half ago, and I just fucking updated. And I just put all my stuff on 121.4, and I was like, all right, bring on the update, Mouse Master. And so far, no update. So we'll see. Okay. Based printing bastely. Yeah, you can use 121 mods for 2BT. I have. Yeah, you can go ahead and use a mod or a client that's from a later version, as long as you use like Via version, stuff like that. Yeah, Via Fabric Plus. That is the way. You apparently know the way. Oh, wait, I needed rockets. I'm gonna have to make more level 1s soon. Does that mean we get Alpha Oak? What do you mean Alpha Oak? What is Alpha Oak supposed to mean in this context? I mean, it will still be Pale Oak. Like, it's not going to be a special kind of glitched Pale Oak or anything like the Alpha Leaves or Petrified Oak slabs or any of that shit. No, it's going to be pretty much what you would expect it to be. So no, you're not getting Alpha anything. It's just a matter of, will your client know what it is and be able to tell you what it is or not? And the answer will likely be no if you don't update to 121.4 eventually. Will you let normal 2BT players out to your escape room event? No. Why would I let a normal 2BTT player anywhere near my base? No, I will only allow the people I trust to come out to my escape room event. You mean to tell me you would do something different, Gumnut? George Bush loves pinwheels so much that he has one on his flag in his yard. Okay. Sure, whatever. Anyway. Like, after all the big people go out or after it gets found. No. You can play the world download. It's like when you know your guys are getting an Alpha computer, but it's from the 70s, so it has a wooden grain case. And it's made of Alpha Oak. Okay. No, I'm sorry. If I don't know you, you're not coming here. That's just all there is to it. I'm sorry, but I have boundaries. And I enforce them with great prejudice. Cookies are better than ice cream. That depends on the type of mood I'm in, really. But sure, I'll let you have your wrong opinion. How did you know Springer? Oh, the guy. Yeah, Springer's. Who the hell knows? Best to ignore people in chat if they say weird things. That was a dumb question. That's okay. It's alright. It's just... You do have to have some common sense about... Like, if you design any big base or big thing, right? Because this escape room, it's... You know, Escape the Jack Rooms 2 is going to be very complicated. Would you endanger it? Even... I mean, if it gets found, you're not going to have the time to invite people out. No, you can't come, Vanilla. I'm sorry. Like, if it gets found, you're not going to have the time to tell people, hey, you know, come over here and play this game. Like, no, it'll be gone. So, like, realistically, the only alternative you have is to simply just accept that world downloads are realistically your only option. Oh, fuck off, fuck off. Damn zombies. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to get a ton of walls to fix all of that. How far is this from spawn? I don't know. It's somewhere. It's at least 5,000 out. Will Copperator help design? Of course. Copperator was integral to the design and all the other steps of the process last time. Understandable smile. Yep. Crack those open. Yeah, I think that'll work. Jared wouldn't grief it. Okay. Yeah, And if he, and if that statement is proven wrong on some level, Ani, will you be the one to reimburse me? Will you build me a new base on 2B2T, Ani? Maybe? Possibly? Okay. How are you not on fire? You're on fire. But you're not. That's freaky. Would I allow Jared to come to the base? No, he can play the world download. I'm cool with Jared, but that doesn't mean I trust him to not, like, fuck around or do stuff I would not approve of. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could literally throw him. And he's He's not a small child any longer. Jared grew up years ago now. So I don't know that I'll be able to toss him very far is the problem. Which is fine, but... Jack, is this Lightmatica? How are you placing it on auto? It's called Ice Tank's Printer. It's a pretty cool little mod. Does wonders for my my building game. It makes building anything by schematic super easy. Old Lady North let Jared play her account. I'm pretty sure that's her... Like, that's a different sort of circumstance. Her letting him play her account is like... First of all, I'd say that's kind of foolish. But, like, fair enough. If she decides to trust him that much, then good. Good on her. But she's a literal old lady. Like, that's why she named herself Old Lady North. She's literally an old lady. Jared actually does have a modicum of decency. He didn't used to back in the day. But, like, he would unironically be nice to her. Is my point. So he wouldn't fuck up shit. Get her chunk banned. Do all sorts of awful things. Get her Q banned. Crap like that. I'm cool with Jared. But that doesn't mean I need to trust him. That just means I'm not, like, at odds with him. Again, he can play a single-player world download as I make that. Okay. That uppermost line is going to be tough. Don't know that I'm going to be able to create that easily. Am I saying he's fat? No. No, he's just an adult man. I'm not really capable of picking up another adult man. I don't actually know how tall or how big or whatever he is. So I'm just going to assume he is your average adult man. So he's probably as big as I am. So no, realistically, that's not happening. I'd be more afraid of throwing my back out now, unironically. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that. Jared would leak the base to the Imperium. That's a very possible thing. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I would hope not, but I have no guarantee of any of that, so... Best to err on the side of caution and just not invite people I don't trust. And that list is a very narrow one as it is, so... Oh well. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, let's make that... Okay, I'm going pure wall mode. I have arrived. Oh, okay. You got to your location, your destination, or what have you? Cool. Might as well invite Tristan and Clyde while I'm at it. Good God. Don't remind me. A casual Jared enjoyer. Jared is 16. He's still in high school. He is. No, he is not. Jared is in his early to mid-20s. He is in the military. He's... I'm not even sure if he's in one place anymore. I know he was doing military training and all that, and that requires him to, you know, be physically fit and all that. So it's not like it's, you know, he's not gonna weigh something that an overweight person would weigh. But an average adult man is not lightweight, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking 100, 200 pounds. Like, I don't know. I don't know what his body shape is. I don't know anything about him, really. Physically speaking. And in all honesty, I kind of want to keep it that way. Jared is one of the type of people that I'm happy to know through the internet. But I don't really want to know them in person, if I can help it. There are a lot of people on here that match that description. I would rather know them on the internet than in person. What is this chat talking about, Keanu? We were originally talking about inviting Jared to my base. And then I was like, no, I don't trust him for that. I don't trust him that much. And then I said, I don't trust him any farther than I can throw him. And then I was like, I was trying to clarify that he's not fat. He's just a normal adult man. So like picking him up and throwing him literally, because that's the meaning of the old phrase, I can't trust you any farther than I could throw you. That hinges on the whole idea that you can't pick up another adult man and throw them very easily or very far. And then I said, there are people that I don't mind knowing only through the internet, but I don't want to know them in real life or meet them or anything. Because I was like, I don't actually know Jared's body proportions, and I'm good with that. I don't want to know. I'm happy knowing him through the internet only. And that's that. You were quoting from Christmas Day Fight with Jared? Oh, that! Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get that immediately. Jack, what happened to XCC2 and Passio 5? I don't know. I haven't talked to XCC2 in a few months. I should probably strike up a conversation with him again. Do you think something happened? Has something been said? I know Passy and XCC2 know each other. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you. Okay. Oh! Well, thank you, Papa Gupta. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Hey, that's all 5 people for the day. Yay! I've not been to Boston, no. The only Boston I want to go to is a Boston concert. But sadly, their lead singer passed away over 15 years ago. So that wouldn't really be the same. There's my favorite kitty, yowling for attention or to go out or whatever. Oh, do you know, get other people to help me with the build? When Alpha has a spare minute and he feels like playing, yeah, I'll have him help. Universon's here, but he's completely fallen out of love with Minecraft for the moment. If possible, I'll try to get him on to help whenever he's willing to play Minecraft again. I don't know. But then again, he may just straight up refuse because he doesn't want to place blocks. He said he feels uninspired, and I don't blame him. We're not doing anything super inspiring right at the moment. We're building this. So what about Passio 5? I mean, Passy was a good builder. Yeah, they all based with Pop Bob once upon a time, but that was years and years and years ago. There's not really much else I can tell you. They left the server Well, XCC2 hasn't left the server. I don't believe. But Passy, he's around. But not on the server. He's in certain groups, I think. I don't know much more about it. I was never that friendly or close to Passy. And basing with Pop Bob doesn't really mean very much. Back in the day, anyone who was willing to base with anyone was, like, fair game. Nobody believed in or trusted anyone back in the day, so it was kind of like, we'll base together and find out, I guess. We'll have to wait and see if the base goes up in flames or not. Would I rather go to a Kansas or a Boston concert? Oh, Kansas, definitely. They would most likely play my favorite song, Dust in the Wind. All we are is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind. Would you like to meet Pop Bob IRL? Oh, hello, Dwarf Paladin. Meet him from afar? Maybe. But, like, meet him in person? No. Honestly, no. Again, like with Jared, I'm alright with knowing people or knowing of people through the internet. I don't really want to meet them in person, you know? Cool people, like Alpha, I'd happily meet him in person. Universin, Hermetic Lock, you know, Copperator, anyone who... Oh, Dark Takanuva, anyone who's based with me in the last 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, I would happily meet with them. But the old boogeymen slash... Well, maybe not boogeymen, but, you know, kind of untrustworthy types. Probably not. Pop-Up Rage chat's funny to you? Yeah, I guess. It was an interesting way of life back then. It was really kind of the only option anyone had. Like, the idea of an anarchy server was one of those things where, like, it wasn't common. You didn't have people just blindly trusting each other. Though, obviously, you don't have people blindly trusting each other now. It was a different time. There's just something different between now and then. The internet culture's changed as well. Everybody who played back then was very 4chan influenced. So, like, it was different. It was just notably different in a way I can't quite describe right off the top of my head. Everything was different. I don't know. I should meet Alpha in person in the Heartland. Yeah. If he ever marries like he's been talking about. But we'll see. Don't say anything about that to him if you ever see him in chat. Fuck, I should not have said that. Now he's gonna get mad at me. But, like, that was the only... Because we talked about this. That was the only opportunity I would have realistically had to actually meet him. What made me trust Rickson? He is a somewhat popular, now, YouTuber, streamer for 2B2T content. He's respectful, and he gets... You know, he understands what the nature of the server is like. He's not a dumbass. He's an older player, an older person, rather. I shouldn't say older player, an older person. He's calm. He's nice. He's interesting to talk to. Like, he checks all the boxes off, basically. He doesn't feel like a screw-up or someone who would sell other people out. Yeah. Like, stuff like that. Never really played back then, but I feel a wave of nostalgia when I think of those times. Oh yeah, the really, really old 2B2T. And the old internet as a whole, really. It is nostalgic, I agree. I mean, it was over 15 years ago now. Well, maybe not for 2B2T, but for a lot of that internet stuff, it was 15 years ago. I consider old internet to be mid-2000s, so as much as 20 years ago, to as recent as like 2016-ish. 2015, 2016. That's when everything began to really change. And you started noticing people's attitudes become different. The internet became different. Damn it. Must retrieve wall. Oh well. Won't mention it on his annual appearance. Please don't. Hello, Cody. Welcome. Jack, see you bye. Okay, good night, Deval. You have a good one. It's almost been 15 years. Yeah, it's been 15 years since Minecraft. So the next big 15-year milestone is 2B2T in December. Oh, fuck. Printer doesn't work with this either? Shit. But yeah, 15 for 2B2T. 5-year anniversary at about the same time for me streaming. And content creation in general, for me. What else? What other crazy shit? I'm sure there are a bunch of, like, famous Minecraft things, like Captain Sparkles, you know, getting started, etc., etc. Like, there's got to be a few of those that are coming up. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. Okay, that zombie had been hanging out for like a week. Happy to be rid of him. Take part in the project, a projectile dupe. And did I know how the infinite potion arrow exploit works? I've never heard about infinite potion arrows. Oh, TJ! Well, good night, TJ. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Infinite... No, I was never aware of that. Of how to do that or about that. Hello, 0x Shellfish. Do I have celebrations planned? I need to. I need to figure out a celebration for my 5th year anniversary of streaming, content creation, that crap. I'm drawing a blank. That's the problem. I'm thinking, like, what would be fun? What would be interesting? I don't know. Right off the top of my head, I do not know. That's rotten flesh. That's good. As for any other big, you know, things that will be soon encountering a milestone. Oh, piss. What was the map before the server? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I was not around for it. I didn't even know there was a prior map until Zarviar told me. And another guy, his name was Obsidian Lizard. He was a young kid who bothered the hell out of me back in 2014, 2015 times. But yeah, like things were different back then, you know? It's a recent exploit with the bow that allows potion arrows to work infinitely, but it's being gate kept. Ooh. Neat. Well, you know, I hope they, I hope it gets patched or figured out or whatever soon. I don't actually like exploits. I know it's really cool to participate in them and be all like, yeah, I got to shoot someone to death with a death arrow. Yeah, I got to whack someone with a 32K book. And I'll agree, those are fun as fuck times. But personally, I hate the idea of there being, especially considering nowadays with all of the number of players there are, when exploits like these happen, they will just be used against you. Kind of makes me wish they would just not happen. So like, there was some sort of a dupe that I heard rumors of many months ago. I don't know if anything ever came of it. The odds are good that it was just, you know, people lying. But like, I kind of would like there to just not be any dupes or exploits going forward on 2B2T. Just like, if we never have another dupe or exploit, I would actually be fine with that. There are just so many people now. It's just too dangerous. I wouldn't want there to be some sort of a crazy exploit, like a no-com. Like, anytime I hear exploit, my mind goes to no-com. Why did he bother me? I don't know, he was a young kid. I think he was just lonely and didn't want to admit it. There's nothing wrong with that. I was just not in the mood to, like, entertain him back in those days. We could probably get along just fine nowadays, though. But then again, that was in 2014, 2015, so, you know, 10 years will change people. Oh well. It is what it is. But he had been on the server before me. So it was interesting when he was not, like, being too childish. It was interesting to, like, talk to him and get info about the early days of the server. For, like, stuff like the first map. I want to say there was a second and a third map. The third map is the one we're on. The second map was, I don't know, some in-between state. Can't really be sure, because obviously I don't have contact with him anymore. Oh well. It's the way it goes. Oh man, I've got to put all these stairs on the undersides of some of these areas. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare. And I thought placing these walls was going to be bad. It's more like, can I not place carpets anymore with printer? Oh, because it makes ghost blocks, I guess. I don't really know. I couldn't tell you what the state of any one block placement or hack or whatever is. With certain things, I know it won't let you printer it, or it won't printer it properly. Who was the printer mod by Vanilla? It was Ice Tank. All one word. You should be able to find his GitHub if you just say Google Ice Tank printer. But anyway, I know printer won't print the block if it is in an odd angle. So for example, well, I didn't intend to fall through that, but cool. For example, the Ooh, did I fuck this up? Yes, that's upside down when it shouldn't be. Damn it. The side bits right here. These side portions are walls, but it won't printer these because if I put them there, they would be in the incorrect orientation. And so printer only tries to print if it will put the block in its proper orientation. It's a little fucky that way. Stone didn't go to bed. Go to bed, Stone. No-com always sounds to me like in my head like a robotic voice. Do not communicate. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I see that. How many blocks is the space going to be? I have no clue, but it's at least 30. It's at least 3 million, I believe, when I last calculated it up. And that's just for the outermost shell. That's not going to count any of the internal stuff I build. I believe 300 million, roughly. Or no, 30 million, not 300 million. I believe about 30 million was the going amount if I made it solid. Totally and completely solid. Not that I'm going to do that. But like totally solid means that everything inside is completely filled with blackstone. And again, I don't fancy doing that. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get more blackstone. Because, like, good lord, there's so much. Okay. Make a tribute video for Snacky North? Ooh, Maybe I should do something like that. I haven't talked to Snacky in a long while either. Though when I did last talk to him, he was not happy with the way things were. Of course, he's completely moved on from 2B2T, so I can't exactly expect him to come back or anything like that. But God, that would be amazing if it did somehow get him back. It's probably never going to happen, though. Anyone have Yeepas for Jack's anniversary stream? What is Yeepas? Yippies? Is that what you're trying to say? Huh? I'm okay with people getting my block rotations when I fly near natural blocks. Not really. Please don't do that. If you can do that, please don't. Yeah, see, printer doesn't work for this. It only... It wants to put it in the proper orientation before it will accept that. Also, I have a mod on that prevents rotations and changes rotations. So, like, just don't. Oh. There we go. Light bulbs, ideas. Oh, I see what you mean. Where is Snacky from? Colorado, I wanted to say, but he may have moved. I mean, it's been many, many, many years. Jack, if someone showed up at my base unexpectedly, what would I do? I don't know at this point. Can you tell the story of how Tristan, found Space Falk? He didn't find it. I invited him to it. There's really not much of a story here to tell. When I invited Tristan with us, he was cool. He wouldn't become something of a shitlord until later that year. That was 2015. So, like, he wasn't bad at first, and we didn't expect him to become more and more of a shitlord. So, like, I invited him to Space Valk 1 because I just figured, oh, well, you know, Tristan's part of the group. Why not have him there? I didn't think about it that hard. How did things go south? Ah, well, Tristan met a young boy by the name of C1Y3DI, aka Clyde, or Clydey. We called him Clyde because his username, clearly written in Leet, looked like the name Clyde. So we ended up, Clyde quit for a little while and then came back. And when he met Tristan, he became very, like, close with Tristan. And they just gradually, they brought the worst out in each other. And you couldn't, like, get along with them. They both knew how to do coding and stuff like that, and hacking and exploiting. And they just got really fucking obnoxious. It got to the point where nobody could coexist with them. And any base they were at would erupt into chaos because they couldn't stop being shitlords. To be fair, Rocky was like 14 or 15 and Tristan was like 18, I want to say. Or 19, somewhere in there. And we told them, you know, cut that shit out. Like, try to not be so disruptive. It didn't work. They always thought they were above it all. That was their attitude. And eventually it got to be a bit of a problem to where everybody else wanted to just say, fuck it, get him out of here. And then shortly after that, they backdoored the server with their 2B2T website scheme. And that was the end of it. They were public enemy number one from that point on. And they didn't care because they were above it all, supposedly, or whatever, in their minds. Okay, no mobs here. And it was unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, man, I'm getting hot. Damn. Piglin bartering on steroids. What? What is piglin bartering on steroids? That sentence by itself makes no sense, Stone Cold Killer. How far out did I have to go to mine netherite? When we were making Oceans Anomalous, it was under 1 mil. Like, you don't have to go that far in the nether. You have to go decently far, but not, like, absurdly far. I'm pretty sure you can still find netherite under 500,000 if you go into the right directions. If you go to the correct spots, I think you can find netherite easily. Obviously, the highways, the beaten paths, you know, not as good, not as helpful. Uh-oh, my little princess wants out of my room again. She's gonna start complaining until I do it, too. I forgot you're mostly cool with Frickin'. Yeah, Frickin' and I never really were upset with one another. Frickin' was just kind of like along for the ride to cause chaos, but he never had anything malicious against us or against anyone. He was just there to cause chaos because that was what he enjoyed doing, because that was the nature of 2B2T in his mind. And I guess fine, whatever. But, no, overall, it was definitely Clyde and Tristan who had this sort of, like, elitist attitude about them. That was really what I started to hate. Before then, Tristan could keep the elitism on a low, on a lower end, a lower setting. He wasn't as much of a shitlord about it. But it was when Rocky Breslow came into his life, that's when things got to become different. Clyde and Tristan. As we know, this is extremely involved in Minecraft. I'm mesmerized by the level of extremeness here. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. Other Jack. Hey, Drowse, welcome. Server's still not updated. Nope, we're still waiting for that update soon. So I don't know. We'll have to see whenever it comes along. Slim Conka's question. Oh, right. How do I get all the blackstone? Yeah, this was the result of a bot doing piglin bartering for hours and hours and hours on end. And a guy who I know and am good friends with, supplied all the gold for the piglin bartering. And that's how a lot of this came to be in my possession. He had double chests of shulker boxes of blackstone. Didn't know what to do with it, and I was like, hey, give it to me, I can make use of it. And so here we are, making use of it. And I designed all this in single player, and I started using World Edit and some other tricks, and then I started building it. Pretty much as you see. Which world borders have I been to? None. I don't go to world borders. What's the fucking point? World borders feel so pointless. Like, it's just a distant spot. Who cares? It isn't even special because a million other people have done it too. Imps was the most overrated base in terms of design. Yeah, well, we didn't know that at the time, but yes, I agree. I can get behind that idea. Imps was kind of like half finished because the people who were building it got bored or scared and they didn't want to like continue doing anything. And so it just kind of became a stagnated base. I mean, everything was stagnating kind of back in those days. This was like 2014, 2015. Like, the server was really stagnant in those days. Okay. Ellie, shush. All right. Well, if it gives him a blowjob, apparently. Yeah, exactly. Will the world border give me a blowjob? I did ask that. And the answer is still, of course, no. Because why would it? Okay. Well, at any rate, I'm sweating like crazy. I gotta turn this on. And my kitty wants out. And so I'm going to go. And I'm gonna do other things. You all have a great evening. I will catch you all tomorrow for Freeform Friday. I'll be playing Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. And I'm pretty sure it will be the final Paper Mario stream. So, you all have a great night. Thank you all so much for giving me a moment of your time. I do appreciate it. Make sure to come back Monday for more 2B2T. Take care. Goodbye.